I was in the flight deck looking from the overhead windows outside, and it was starting to get dim outside, so you start to see your own reflection. And there is the Earth's limb outside. You can still see the Earth's surface and the dark sky overhead. And I could then see my reflection in the window, and in the retina of my eye, the whole Earth and the sky could be seen reflected. So I called all the crew members one by one, and they saw it, and everybody said, "Oh, wow."
Hey guys, welcome. How are you? I'm Kavya. So before starting with the main part of the video, I just want to give a little background behind this series. So if you look at my channel, you can see that I upload women content as well. So what is happening is, whenever I try to make those videos, I also research on cases which are happening in India. So not only in India but around the world, but mostly in India. And that has been affecting me a lot negatively, because there are worse things happening to women. I cannot get myself to speak about them, because it's really taking a toll on my mental health. And instead of focusing on the negative things, I wanted to switch to positive things, like do an inspirational videos about women. So I really like listening to stories. I like listening more than talking. I don't like talking. I know that's what I'm doing here, but really I do like listening to stories. So I thought I'll make this series about stories of inspirational women. So it will spread positivity, and it will be a little light on me as well. But the thing is, if I sit here and just talk about their stories, their lives, I don't think people will be interested, because people are interested more in drama, controversies, more negative things. So I wanted to make this series a little bit more interesting, like add something more. So at first I thought I will do a fashion series combined with this story. Like I will suppose if I'm talking about a particular inspirational woman, I will dress up like that woman and then tell you the story. But that wasn't working out, because I wanted it to be like a face-to-face story time. But if I do that fashion way, I have to get up and get ready. I don't know. I didn't like the way that part went. So again, I put aside this series and I didn't know what to do. And few months ago, I wasn't feeling that well. I wasn't doing that well. And it came to that point where I was interested in nothing, literally nothing. I left my well-paying job, because again, my health wasn't that great, to be honest. So all I was doing was sitting at home and sleeping. And I wasn't interested in movies, songs, series, anything. And at last I started watching YouTube, and all I was watching was makeup videos, because it was very therapeutic. I know it may sound weird to you guys, and it's just not me. Most of the people I know, my friends, find makeup videos therapeutic. They don't wear makeup, but they find looking at someone who is wearing makeup therapeutic, because they include colors. And like I mentioned a lot of times, colors make me happy. So what I was doing was, I was pulling out my eyeshadow palettes and just practicing makeup, because I am not good at them, honestly. So I was practicing them. I wasn't posting anywhere, but I was playing with those colors. And little by little I was feeling well, because I was playing with some colors, because I love doing that. After becoming a little well, I attended interviews and I got a good job. This is how playing with makeup or playing with colors really helped me a lot. And through watching these videos, I found this channel, Bailey Sarian. She makes true crime videos while doing her makeup. So that's when I thought maybe I was playing with makeup anyways. I was playing with eyeshadow, eye makeup anyways. So that's when I thought, why not make this a series where I will tell you the stories of inspirational women, about the stories of the lives of inspirational women while practicing makeup, not doing makeup, not teaching makeup, because I'm not a pro, I'm just a beginner. So maybe I'll just practice it while talking to you guys. Maybe that will make feel better. I wanted to combine two things which I really wanted to do. First thing is talking about inspirational women, which I really wanted to do for so long. And second thing, playing with colors, which helped me a lot. I can't stress on this word enough. It really helped me a lot. And these days when I started doing makeup and post them, people started saying that, why are you doing makeup? You don't need makeup. Will you wear this makeup and go out? Some are judgmental, some are not. But those people say that things because they feel we are wearing makeup only to look good. That's not entirely true. People love makeup for different things. Like I said, I love it because it is fun. I love playing with colors. So I'm doing it. It is helping me get through some stuff. So I'm doing it. And for some people, it is a profession. Some people do it for fun. Some people do it for building their confidence. It's not wrong. It's seriously not wrong. This is not pointed just towards men. This is towards women as well. I noticed in my experience, at least, when it comes to feminism related topics, male ego get hurt. That's when I get comments from men. And when the content is related to fashion or makeup, I get mean comments from women, not men. So yeah, judgment comes from both ways in this case. So I'm telling you, no one needs makeup to look good. Everyone is great in their own way, but they do it for their own reasons. And not only women, even men are wearing makeup these days. If you don't trust me, you can research it, but it's not wrong. People who say that women look good only because they wear makeup, now will you start saying that men look good only because they are wearing makeup? Oh no, I don't think so. I know what you will say. Hey look, he's a gay, or hey look, he's a girl because he's wearing makeup. That is so wrong, you guys. Just grow up. And even if after saying this, if you don't understand that we don't just wear makeup to look good, so if you don't understand that it is helping people in some way, then I don't think it's my problem, okay? I just wanted to let this out, guys, because I was getting a lot of judgmental comments. And I also wanted you to know the background behind this series, why I'm combining these two things. So our first story today is going to be about Kalpana Chawla. Kalpana Chawla was born on 17th March 1962 in Karnal, East Punjab, which is now in Haryana. Her father's name is Banarsi Lal Chawla and her mother's name is Sanyogita Chawla. But there is a confusion here. In few articles, it is given, her mother's name is given as Sanjyoti Chawla, and in few articles it is given as Sanyogita Chawla. And I didn't even find pictures of her mother, but I really do want to find pictures because she plays a major role in Kalpana's success going forward. And both of her parents moved to Karnal from a district in West Punjab, which is now Pakistan after the partition. They weren't married at this point. I mean, they didn't even know each other at this time probably, but they both moved from the same place. After moving to Karnal, Kalpana's father started doing small jobs, and later he learned manufacturing tires. He married Kalpana's mother. This tire manufacturing company of her father flourished, and he set up a company called Super Tires Private Limited later in 1969. And they were financially well at that time. Kalpana has 3 siblings, elder brother Sanjay Chawla, 2 sisters Deepa Chawla and Sunita Chawla, and Kalpana is the younger one. Now her official date of birth was changed to July 1st, 1961. in order for her to become eligible for an exam. Now, 1960s were those times where girls were expected to be obedient, and sending them to schools or colleges was a big taboo. But Kalpana's mom came from a well-educated family, and she really fought for her daughters. And even Kalpana's older sister, Sunita Chawla, who is 8 years older than Kalpana, was also very well educated. Now, fun fact, the person who gave Kalpana her name was she herself. Her family used to call her by the nickname Monto. And when she was being admitted to a school, the principal asked her to pick a name for herself, and she chose Kalpana. Kalpana was a very imaginative child, and she was always among top 5 in her class. And she always used to wonder about stars and space. She loved stars so much that when she and her classmates were building a physical geography map of India on the classroom floor covering Again, she and her classmates were building a physical geography map of India covering the entire floor of her classroom. She filled the entire ceiling of her classroom with sparkling stars. The one thing other than the stars which she loved the most were aeroplanes. Now, Colonel has this aviation club where often small aeroplanes and planes used to take off and land very often, and this was only few kilometers away from her home. And her favorite pastime used to be to go to the top of her house roof and watch the planes take off and land all the time. She used to love watching them. And when she was 3 years young, she was very young, right? She asked her father that how do planes work, how do planes fly? And that her father responded to her that he has no idea about it. He has no idea about how the planes fly. Then she asked her father that can we get to know about it? Like, can we get to know about how planes fly? Her father said yes, and one day he took her and her brother to this club, aviation club, and that was the first time Kalpana ever rode a plane. And after this trip, after flying on the plane for the first time, her love for aeroplanes grew even more. Now, when we were kids, if anyone asked us to draw something, what would we draw? A hut, mountains, river, sunset maybe? I always used to draw mountains, sunset. But when Kalpana was asked to draw something, she always used to draw planes flying around in the sky, and she also used to make this actual models of aeroplanes. As much as she loved science, she also used to enjoy poetry, dancing, and she was also a very athletic person. She was not at all interested in having long hair, makeup, and she never ironed her clothes, and she wasn't interested in cooking at all. She always used to wear the same trousers, jeans or t-shirts, and even during her elder sister's wedding, she wore the same dress for 3 days and told, if anyone asked, she said that what we wear doesn't matter. Now, I always hear a lot of people saying that 90% of them being men, our generation men, the educated ones, say that
women should have this long hair and always wear traditional ethnic Indian clothes.
And I also heard them saying that women should not laugh out loud. And they link the character of woman to the way she dresses. And according to them, if a woman has a long hair and always wears this traditional clothes, she immediately becomes this purest soul, perfect marriage material who will obey them and never question them. This is so wrong. You should never judge a woman's character by the way she dresses. Now look at Kalpana Chawla. She was not dressing as per your stupid standards. But look at her. She made India proud. She is an inspiration to women, not only in India but around the world. But she never dressed she never had long hair or wore beautiful Indian clothes. But look at what she achieved. And on the other side, look at Priyanka Chopra or Anushka Shetty. They dress up very well, and look at the dreams they have reached. It's not about the way they dress, it's about their dreams, their values, their thoughts. Now from the next time, if any of you say this to a woman that she should wear only traditional clothes and have long hair, remember that in our mind, we might have already punched you in the face like a million times, and we won't back down from doing it for real. One day at her college, her teacher was explaining to them about the empty set, and she gave the example of Indian women astronauts because there were no Indian women astronauts at this point. And then immediately Kalpana replied to the teacher that, who knows ma'am, one day this set may not even exist. And no one knew then that she will be the person who will remove this set from existence. After her college, she secured an admission in the Punjab Engineering College to become a flight engineer. But her father didn't want her to pursue engineering and wanted to become a doctor or a school teacher, like every other father wanted her daughter to be. But she made her decision, Kalpana made her decision, and at last her father gave in. Remember that she always had the support of her mom and her elder sister, and she was the only woman at this college, Punjab Engineering College, in the aeronautical engineering course. Man, that is very gutsy. That she is brave. Because she was the only woman, and this was in 1900s, not even now. And she was the only woman taking that aeronautical engineering course. She is so brave. During her engineering course, she also learned karate, and she had a black belt. And she also had a limited set of friends, and she often used to pay fees, college fees of fellow batchmate who has financial issues out of her own pocket money, and she made sure that this fellow batchmate didn't know that she was paying. Kalpana was the person who was paying her college fees, which is so great. I mean, we are living in a very selfish world, and paying someone's college fees out of your own pocket money. I mean, she was the joint secretary of the Aero and Astro Club in her college, and she often used to arrange and conduct seminars about various issues, including the role of women in society and Indian politics, etc. Now, because of her academic records and her participation in extracurricular activities, she got admission into University of Texas, USA. It wasn't easy to convince her parents to allow her to go to a university abroad, and because of that, she joined the university. She ended up joining the university several months later. Now, this was the time she met John Pierre Harrison. I hope I'm saying that right. She met him. He is a flight instructor and an aviation author. They got married in 1983, and it was from him she learned how to fly a plane. Also, she got a license to fly them and became a certified flight instructor. After she completed her master's at Texas University, she has also gotten her doctorate in aerospace engineering from the University of Colorado in the year 1988. And it was the same year she started working at NASA's Ames Research Center. 5 years later, she was appointed as the Vice President in Overseas Methods Inc. at NASA's Research Center. Even during her busy schedule, she often used to keep in touch with her school and college back in India. And every year, 2 students from her school used to get an opportunity to visit NASA Center. The 2 students used to stay with her, and she used to make Indian meals especially for them. The year 1997 is the year in which her dream of walking in the space finally came true. Her first flight was on Space Shuttle Columbia STS-87 as a mission specialist, and a prime robotic arm operator. With this, she became the first Indian origin woman to go to space. This was a proud moment to India, to women. Oh my God.
I think it's, for me, it was very far-fetched to think I'd get to fly on the space shuttle, because I lived in India in a very small town, and forget about space, I didn't even know if my folks were going to let me go to the engineering college. I think I was very lucky that we lived in a town which is a very small town, and one of a handful of towns at that time which had flying clubs. And we would see these small pushback airplanes. We'd ask my dad if we could get a ride in one of these planes, and he did take us to the flying club and get us a ride.
Hello Colombia, this is Prime Minister Gujral from India. Can you hear me?
Yes, Mr. Gujral, I hear you loud and clear. How do you read me?
Kalpana, we are proud of you. Each one of us in India is proud of us. Proud of a person like you who has done such a pioneering work. And particularly the women and youth of India take great deal of pride in seeing what you have done in the space. My hearty congratulations.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
You know, when I think of you, I think what a long journey you have covered from Karnal to space, long distance. And therefore, when I talk to you, I feel I'm talking to a person who is representing India in the space now. My all good wishes to you.
Thank you, sir, very much. Those are very kind words. The orbiter. And if you would just take a second, a couple of days ago we taped a view of Himalayas from the orbiter, and I'll downlink it to you for a minute or so, and we can be talking while that's happening.
Thank you.
And Mr. Prime Minister and all the people from India, we taped this view a few days ago. I was hoping that maybe by chance when the call came, we'd be flying over some regions that folks there were familiar with. But the view of Himalayas is so magnificent that it really belongs to all of us, as you can see on this video. Thank you very much.
This mission was from November 19 to December 5th, 1997. She traveled 6.5 million kilometers in 252 orbits of the Earth and logged 376 hours and 34 minutes in space. In the year 2000, Kalpana was selected for her second flight as a part of the crew of Space Shuttle Columbia. Now this mission was reportedly delayed and was finally carried out in the year 2003. On February 1st, 2003, when the space shuttle was re-entering the Earth's atmosphere, it disintegrated over Texas, leading to the unfortunate death of all the crew members. An investigation later revealed that the accident was due to a damaged aluminium heat insulating tile on the left wing of the shuttle. Now NASA later revealed that the scientists back at the research center already knew about this damaged foil, and they knew that astronauts will not be able to survive the re-entering, but they did not inform this to the astronauts because they believed that there is nothing they could have done to help them, so they did not inform the astronauts beforehand. In honor of Kalpana Chawla, the then Prime Minister of India, Atal Bihari Vajpayee, renamed the satellite Metsat-1 to Kalpana-1. Even the US government renamed the 74th Street in Jackson Heights, Queens, New York City to Kalpana Chawla Street. Star Trek novelist Peter David has also named a shuttlecraft the Chawla in his book Star Trek: The Next Generation Before Dishonor. The NASA Mars Exploration rover discovered 7 peaks in a chain of hills on the planet Mars, and the Space Center, in honor of the Columbia disaster, named this chain of hills as Columbia Hills and named each peak after each of the astronauts who we have lost, unfortunately. The Haryana state government has set up a medical college and hospital worth 650 crores in Karnal in honor of Kalpana Chawla. After her death, she received 3 medals: Congressional Space Medal of Honor, NASA Space Flight Medal, and NASA Distinguished Service Medal. Her total time spent in space is 31 days, 14 hours and 54 minutes, and total distance covered is 10.67 million kilometers. She is an inspiration to us women. She is a role model to us women in India and all over the country. When I thought about this series, Kalpana Chawla is the first name that came to my mind. She was, she is, and she will always be at the top of my list of inspirational women. Keeping her death aside, this story made me so happy. Imagine if every parents in India are as supportive as her parents. Like, no girl's dreams will have to end then. I know even she had to fight for her dreams. She had to convince her parents, but remember, this was 1980s, where sending girls to schools was a taboo. But her parents, especially her mom, fought for her daughters, and it doesn't just depend on our parents, it depends on us women also. We have to fight for our dreams. If we don't fight, if we don't speak our heart out, no one will care. Seriously, no one will care. And parents, seriously, please support your daughter's dreams. Who knows how many young women will reach their heights and make India proud, make you parents proud. Please support their dreams. Please understand their thoughts. Hope you loved hearing to this story as much as I loved reading and sharing it with you guys. Hope you find this inspiring. If you found it inspiring, please share it with others. Please spread positivity. And if you really like this series, please let me know whom you want me to talk about. Like, mention the names of inspiring women who inspired the most. Please do let me know. I'd love to make videos on them too. And also, on a lighter note, I want to name this series something. I'm thinking of inspirational stories and makeup, but I think it will be a little long. But please let me know your suggestions about what to name this series. Please let me know. Please take care, stay strong. Bye.
In general, during my life, I would say I've been inspired by explorers. It's easy for me to be motivated and inspired by seeing somebody who just goes all out to do something. When I read about these people, I think the one thing that just stands out is their perseverance in how they carried out what they went to carry out. I do think and imagine different phases of it, sitting on the launch pad and the liftoff itself. The whole thing just seems very exciting. It's the ultimate adventure that you can think of. It is very gratifying and humbling, and it really is incredible to see that there are all these countries that are participating in this research, and basically they have one goal, which is to better understand these processes and then be able to use the benefits that come out of them. These processes may be in different areas, be it earth sciences, physical sciences, or life sciences. All of the experiments on this flight help us understand these processes better. And anytime we understand the processes better, we are better off as a species and as a result as a planet. When I was very young, I knew of this saying. It's by the philosopher Seneca, and it said, "I was not born for one corner. The whole universe is my native land." And I didn't write it, but I think I very well could have. I truly feel that way.